Mark Rogers TV, week 5 of our college football predictions, 71-13 straight. Our goal's 80%. We're just about right there. 60% is the goal against the spread. We're just 500 right now. But the confidence picks, 6-1 confidence picks against the spread. The experts say 53% against the spread's good. 6-1. 27-10 confidence picks against the spread the last 2 years, so listen up for those. We start at the top with number 1, Alabama, SEC opener at home against Ole Miss. Tied a 30-point favorite. The Ole Miss Rebels are scoring tons of points against bad teams like Tulane, 39-0 last week. No such luck against the Tide. Tide wins it and covers 30 points. Number 2, Oregon taking on Washington State. This is an interesting game in terms of point spread because it's 31 for a road team, and Washington State with Mike Leach as head coach is going to throw it all over the field, going to score points probably in the fourth quarter against second and third defenders for Oregon, but we still like the Ducks to cover the 31 points in a matchup we really don't like in terms of a point spread. Oregon outclasses Washington State athletically all over the place in this one. LSU and Towson, no line on this game. Tigers get a break from the SEC and trounce Towson Saturday night. Florida State and South Florida. The Seminoles coming off a huge win over Clemson in the ACC. South Florida just 2-2 in the 2 wins against marginal opponents, specifically Nevada 35-34. Yes, the Noles may sleepwalk through the first half, but they exploded on Clemson in the second half last week. More of the same against South Florida as Florida State wins it and covers 17.5 points. Georgia-Tennessee, a very interesting and key game in the SEC East. We talked about this one in our preview of Georgia-Tennessee earlier in the week, so check out that video. We like Tyler Bray and Tennessee's passing attack, but that's all they've got in this matchup. Georgia's got an exceptional defense. They've played so well this season, even without some of their star players. Georgia wins this one and covers 13.5 at home against the Vols. South Carolina and Kentucky. Gamecocks playing extremely well the last 3 weeks after just barely getting by Vandy in the opener in Nashville. Gamecocks specifically trounced Missouri. If you saw that game, defensively they were dominant, and Connor Shaw completed 20 consecutive passes. Shaw had a huge game against Kentucky in a 54-3 rout last year, throwing for career highs in yardage 311 and touchdowns 4. More of the same as the Gamecocks go to the Commonwealth and defeat Kentucky, take Carolina, lay the 21 against the Wildcats. Moving to the Big 12, we've got some huge games, including a track meet in Morgantown. Baylor and West Virginia. Geno Smith, 12 touchdowns, no picks. He gets introduced to Big 12 play against Baylor, and Baylor, even without RG3, scoring tons of points. But we like West Virginia at home. They're a superior football team. But take the Baylor Bears in the 11 points. West Virginia just beat Maryland by 10. So we like Baylor with the 11 points there. Texas-Oklahoma State. This statistic's going to jump out at you. Oklahoma State is 20-5 in its past 25 Big 12 games. Texas is 6-11. That said, the tide is turning back in Texas's favor. You saw our Big 12 predictions preseason. We took Texas to be the upset winner of the conference. This is one of the top defenses in the country, and David Ash has it together at quarterback. 7 touchdowns, no picks. So we like Texas to win the game, a key game in the Big 12, and cover the 3 points on the road. Ohio State, Michigan State. The winner, probably the best team in the Big 10. Ohio State gets it done with Braxton Miller at quarterback despite Michigan State's stout defense. Again, Ohio State with Braxton Miller making plays in the fourth quarter. Wins on the road, take the Buckeyes plus the 3 points against Sparty. TCU-SMU, confidence pick. TCU's just a 16-point favorite. You might as well say this is a home game. Dallas-Fort Worth, whatever. It's TCU-SMU. SMU has lost by 45-35 to Baylor and Texas A&M. TCU destroyed Virginia last week. TCU's a very sound football team. They're going to cover 16 against SMU. SMU is 105th rushing the football in the country, 109th in scoring defense. TCU rolls in a confidence pick, minus the 16. We've got Clemson, Boston College. And yes, the Tigers were let down in their loss in the second half against Florida State. Could be let down in this one going on the road in a ho-hum type affair at Boston College. The Eagles gave up 560 yards to Northwestern. What's Clemson going to do? Yeah, we think the Tigers might sleepwalk for a while, but they're going to break free. They got too many athletes for Boston College, and the Eagles not scoring enough on offense to take advantage of a very suspect Clemson defense. So Clemson covers 7 at BC. Okay, Oregon State, Arizona. The Beavers have surprised everyone. Huge win at UCLA last week. Beat Wisconsin when the Badgers were ranked. This week they go to Arizona as a 3-point underdog. And in a confidence pick, Oregon State wins the football game outright. So, of course, we take Oregon State plus the 3 against Arizona in this one. We trust Mike Riley on the road at Tucson, where the Beavers have won 5 straight. Louisville, Southern Miss. What has happened to this Southern Miss program? They used to be so tough in Conference USA under Jeff Bowers, and even after Bowers left, they're 0-3 this season. They're getting trounced by some bad football teams. They're giving up 39 points per game. The Golden Eagles were always exceptional on defense, churned out a lot of pros off that defense in the last 20 years. But Louisville comes in at 4-0, but the Cardinals not beating anyone badly. They go on the road, they take care of business, but take the Golden Eagles plus the 11 points at home against Louisville. Love this matchup for a confidence pick. Wisconsin, Nebraska, everything going against the Badgers in this one. Monte Ball probably not going to play. The defense has been marginal. The offense completely suspect. They've had to make a change at quarterback. They went in and mauled Nebraska in the Big Ten opener last year, 48-17, so the Huskers have revenge on its mind. Plus, the Huskers scoring all sorts of points. Had the one loss against UCLA. Okay, what I don't like in this football game for Nebraska is that the black shirts are no more. This defense is very suspect. Wisconsin could get healthy in this one, even on the road. I like Wisconsin to pull off the upset at Nebraska. Brett Bielema's squad gets it together this week, plays up to preseason expectations, and certainly covers 12 points. That's the confidence pick. Wisconsin plus 12 at Nebraska. And finally, Boise, New Mexico. And New Mexico gets a big win over arch rival New Mexico State last week under Bob Davie, 27-14, but not nearly enough to take on the Broncos here. Take Boise, lay the 26 against New Mexico. Those are our predictions for a big Week 5. The games are huge. Can't wait to sit down and take them in. Want to hear from you, though. Your picks, your comments on a big Week 5 of college football on Mark Rogers TV.